Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm going to show my maze generation and enhancement theory. So first, I'm going to make a 5x5 maze with a loop in it. This will basically show how it would fix a loop. It basically flood fills and branches to the nearest available wall to fix the loop. Same for isolation, but I just want to make it quick. Now I'm going to run the maze generation part. This part of the code basically branches to available walls from the entrance point until there's no available places to branch. I'm running it a few times to show different versions of the maze and what it could be, basically. There was a bug with it branching and making a loop, but I just made it flood fill. I also just made it go from even to odd because the maze can't be even or it will break, and forget about the places to path. Now I'm going to move into my coding part. Like I said earlier, this basically makes an entrance in the vector full of walls, then put it into my recursive backtracking function. This function basically paths to available spaces which are not empty spaces, and if it thus runs the recursive backtracking function again, saving the location and going on a new path. So this is my isolated area check. This checks if there's an isolated area in the maze, then corrects it. It is to assignment by finding a random place to start. I use a queue in this section to allow a flood fill to feel available, and then branch towards an empty space to make it not isolated. This is my loop area, which basically the same as isolated area but flipped.
Hi, my name is Jason, and I'm doing the physical creation of the maze and creating, in the first extension, creating a maze without finding the terrain. First, I'll show you that by running the code and generating a random maze, a random 9x9 maze. And I'll show you by creating a flat, I'll show you first on making it without editing the terrain. These two blocks are bad, so they're blocked off, and the rest of the maze is generated. And I'm assuming there's more of the maze over here, but there was an access point here, which has been blocked off. So I'm going to rerun the code, well, including the leveling. And we should see the rest of the maze be made. So as we can see, due to these two blocks here, the 4 blocks here, this part was blocked off so you couldn't access it. And on top of that, since a wall was generated here, this whole entire section of the maze was blocked off too. We can understand that over here, where I run the flood field twice to make sure all isolated blocks have been cleared. So first we'll read the terrain, make it generate a vector full of walls, and then run the flood field, which is edit maze. And this runs by passing all the base cases, and once it gets here, it will declare it as an open space in the vector full of walls. And that runs twice. Oops, there we go. And a quick rundown on how the leveling works is that it would just level by raising the floor and bringing down the blocks above it, and then making the base in the empty spot.
Hello, this is Calvin going over the solver part of the maze in Minecraft code that we had to do. I'm gonna first build the maze. Generate, done, 11 by 11, 3. Build a maze in Minecraft. I'll cut to this part. Now that the maze is done building, I'm gonna quickly run my solve manual, which TPs into a maze randomly that is available air block. I want to first run the right hand side follower. This basically follows the right hand side of the maze until like it reaches the entrance. I'm gonna quickly edit the maze so it can effectively just quickly go towards the entrance. Basically following the right hand side, and if like it encounters a wall, it turns left. Now that's an isolated part. Let's take that away. I'm gonna do randomly again. And then now I'm gonna run my breadth first search. This is basically a flood fill. What it is doing is looking in every single direction and seeing if it can path to the block, if like it's available. It's going right now, showing us the fastest way into the exit. So basically this like searches this way, and this way, and then if it can available like path into direction. I did this by using a queue, and I'll go over that in the later in the code review. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the way I did my code. This is the agent.cpp folder. This gets the input from Maze Runner to set the player's position randomly throughout the maze from its point. Basically, it gets random, and if it like equals maze wall, maze exit, it doesn't go to it, and like redoes the random. And then this find breadth exit, I used a queue. The queue is basically helped me do the breadth search by like queuing where to go inside the maze. And the solution, I also use vectors and a hash map to achieve finding the actual path, which you can see here. This basically backtracks towards the solution, towards the beginning where this player started, and starts to redo it. Now I'm gonna go on to solve right hand side, the algorithm. This algorithm basically, if the wall is right, and if the wall is not in front, move forward and step. Else turn left. And if not at exit, move right and move forward. If there's nothing in front, if it's not at exit, just turn right and move forward. Basically the rest of the code. I need to leave that. Yeah. Thanks for watching.